Hi guys, I'm Katie and I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about narcissistic people. Um, my story, like many others, starts you meet the guy and it's like, wow, I have found the one. It is a complete and utter whirlwind romance. You know, you've never felt love like it. It is very, very intense and you can't explain it, but all you know is you have found the person that you want to be with the rest of your life, or so you think. Um, so the biggest red flag is he tells you that he loves you very, very quickly. We're talking days, maybe a week, but very quickly he is telling you he wants to marry you, he wants kids, he wants a future. You know, he's never experienced a love this intense, and usually the sex is very, very intense. He tells you that he's never had sex like it before. Well, with my ex, John, he was like, he was overwhelming. Everything was magnified and a million times more intense than anything I'd ever felt. And that is the first warning signs. You know, he told me he'd never had sex like it with me. He'd never felt such an intense feeling and connection. And that's how they draw you in, and you think, I found the one, you know, and you become blinded to it. You know, you are their full attention in the early stages. You know, it's text, bombarding of texts. They are love bombing you. They are filling your head with married, I love you, I never had this with my ex or my wife. Now with John, he was married, and he started seeing me before he left his wife, and then he separated from her, and he made me believe everything. He was just so wonderful. He was my Prince Charming. You know, everything that he did was, you know, I was. It was just shockable. You know, expensive presents, making me feel like I'm his whole world. And when you're in a normal relationship, of course, you know, you fall in love and you're close and all the rest of it. But with narcissistics, they have to hook you quickly, and that's how they hook you by, you know, duping you that they've never experienced love like it. And if you have a guy in your life telling you, you know, he's never felt this before, or it's so intense, that's a very big red flag sign. Um, Obsessive behaviour. Now, when I met John, it was very quickly he became obsessed with me. But I liked it because I thought, wow, this guy, he dotes on me, he loves me, he worries about me, you know. And it was constant texts, checking my social media, so like Twitter, Facebook. You know, he was on WhatsApp. If I was online, he was like, who are you talking to? And he was really like, you know, why aren't you talking to me all the time? And I loved it. And you suppose in the early days you don't see the warning signs, because you think it's flattering that guy's jealous. It's flattering that he wants to talk to you all the time. He wants to be around you all the time, and he says all the right things to hook you into believing that he really is in love and you're going to marry him. Um, you know, early on in the relationship, the first few weeks, if I was with friends, if I was out doing something, you know, if he was ignored, he'd become very jealous. Now, you know, I would feel guilty, and, you know, I'd think, oh, I'm not giving him enough attention. This guy really loves me, you know. So he'd display childish behaviour, but when you're that in love or blinded in love, you look through it and you think, oh, well, he just really, really loves me, you know. So you start to think, right, I need to give them more attention. And, you know, very quickly, you know, I noticed that if I wasn't giving him attention, he would sulk and he'd get obsessively jealous about it, you know. And the more he did that, the more I would give him attention, which is what a narcissistic needs. They need feeding, their egos need feeding, and they need their fix feeding. I do believe that they do fall in love with you, but they are addicted to like a drug and they need to feed their fix. So very quickly, once they have hooked you, you know, it will start to die off again. And that is how you can get caught up in a narcissistic relationship, because it goes from very, very heavy to very intense very quickly. And it's too late. By the time that happens, you're already in that circle of that toxic relationship. So, big warnings are: it will feel like a whirlwind romance you've never experienced before in your life. You know, you are their whole world. Constant texts, phone calls. You will find it flattering. They will bring you gifts. You will just feel like you are the one that has changed them, made them happy again. You know, they would very quickly tell you they love you within a few days, that you're the love of their life. As I said, marriage, kids, plans, that will all happen very quickly. Obsessive behaviour and jealousy is a big one to watch for. And also the sulking and childish behaviour if they don't get their own way. So that's just kind of a basic introduction to narcissistics. So yeah, I hope you watch my other videos. I have a lot more stories to tell, and I want to help anybody out there who has just come out of a narcissistic relationship and is struggling to understand what happened, why I haven't got any closure, or anyone who's in it and just doesn't, you know, understand what is happening to them. So I hope that was gave you a bit of an insight into narcissistics, and I look forward to doing more videos. Bye.